Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ballard High School and Gary Telford Field for tonight's Raccoon River Conference matchup between our guests, the ADM Tigers, and home team, the Ballard Bombers. Before we begin tonight's game, we have a special moment of recognition. Each Ballard player has chosen to honor a teacher who has made a profound impact on their lives. The Ballard teachers who were honored and invited by their players include teachers from all four buildings: Mr. Fletcher, Mrs. Deason, Miss Angel, Mrs. Rigby, Mrs. Colvin, Miss Lee, Miss Hadaway, Mrs. Richardson, Mrs. Baumgardner, Mrs. Adams, Mrs. Kleeman, Mr. Devery, Mr. Vespestead, Mrs. McNew, Mr. Yass, and Mrs. Astorita. To all the teachers being honored tonight from both Ballard and our teachers here on behalf of ADM, we thank you for your dedication, passion, and tireless effort in making a difference in the lives of these young athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to both the players and the teachers. Thank you very much. And now, softball fans, here is your starting lineup. First for the guests, the ADM Tigers. Leading off for the Tigers, number 3 center fielder, Aniston Talari. Batting second, number 11, Cameron Smith, second baseman. Batting third, number 8, the pitcher, Lauren Hagedorn. Batting fourth, number 27, Kaylee Smith, first baseman. Batting fifth will be number 7, Maddie James, left fielder. Batting sixth, the DP, number 9, Kennedy Stanford. Batting seventh will be number 16, Ellis Smith, the shortstop. Batting eighth will be number 1, Olivia Wyatt, third baseman. Batting ninth, number 13, Aaliyah Johnson, right fielder. And catching tonight for the Tigers, number 5, Aubrey Winter. And now the starters for your home team, your Ballard Bombers. Leading off for the Bombers, number 4, your catcher, Maddie Jeanhorst. Batting second for the Bombers, number 27, Maggie Mortensen. Batting first for the Bombers will be number 3, first baseman Avery Phillips. Batting in the cleanup spot, number 44, second baseman Jada Landy. Batting fifth for the Bombers, number 1, the pitcher Brooklyn Baumgardner. Sixth for the Bombers, number 25, third baseman Casey Rigby. Batting seventh for the Bombers, number 12, the shortstop Hallie Gardner. Batting eighth for the Bombers, number 15, the DP Afton Holmes. Batting ninth for the Bombers, number 22, right fielder Olivia Waka. And playing in left field tonight for your Bombers, number 5, Hannah Zimmerman. And now, softball fans, we ask that you all please rise or move your headgear as we honor our flag and our country with the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gary Telford Field, the home of the Ballard Bombers for tonight's softball matchup between the Ballard Bombers and the ADM Tigers. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Brock Bierman, alongside special guest Dan Mortensen, stepping in the booth for the first time ever for the Ballard Network, going to help me out understand a little bit of softball, as my experience with softball is a little less than you. How are we feeling tonight?
Feeling pretty good. The girls have been playing well lately, and they've been having some pretty stiff competition lately, so I think that only makes them better.
For sure. We're getting ready here for the first inning with Brooklyn Baumgartner getting the start tonight at pitcher. First up to bat for the ADM Tigers is number 3, Anderson Tolari. First pitch gets called a strike for Baumgartner. Second one is inside. Starters tonight for the Bombers. Of course, we got Brooklyn Baumgartner at pitcher. Maddie Schonhorst is the catcher tonight. Avery Phillips at first. Jada Landy at second. Rigby at shortstop. Gardner at third, Zimmerman in an outfield on the left side, Mortensen at center, as that one gets called a ball, and on the right side we have Olivia Waka. Two one, and a hit, almost able to get the catch was Gardner, but gets called foul as it goes outside of her glove. Oh, it was Rigby, correction. Sorry about that. Rigby is actually at third. And a strikeout for Brooklyn Baumgartner. Good start for her at the plate.
Brooklyn's really settled in the last couple of games. She's, in my opinion, throwing really well. Really getting, if she can get that outside corner, she's going to be on tonight.
She's had a decent year so far, 3-4 record. It's only a 1.95 ERA. First pitch gets called a ball. Up to bat now for the Tigers is Cameron Smith. Second one is swinging. Smith hitting a 136 on the year for the Tigers. Tigers coming into this game ranked 10th in the recent rankings according to the Girls Union. Baumgartner sends it in. Just up. Called a ball 2-1 now with one out in the first inning. Nice swing of the bat, but it will go out on the left side and foul. It'll be 2-2 now.
You mentioned that the ADM was ranked. They're one of many in Raccoon River Conference that are ranked, and some would argue that it's one of the toughest conferences in the state.
Seems to be a consistent trend with all sports revolving around the Raccoon River Conference. Definitely not a conference that you can walk in expecting to win easily. Very competitive. Have a lot of great programs throughout the state as that goes behind. And it'll be foul 3-2 now. Smith looking to get on base. Get that first hit for the Tigers, and Baumgartner looking to continue her start which was a strikeout of the first at-bat. That swing gets through the left side and good for a fair ball. And Smith will get on to first base for the opening hit for the Tigers. He's able to find that gap in between Gardner and Rigby. Up now, number 8, Lauren Hagedorn for the Tigers, the pitcher for ADM. Obviously looking to advance Smith, who just got that single the last at-bat. Swing over the left side. It looks like it's going to be just foul. Hagedorn hitting .217 on the year. To get a hit and a lucky bounce for the Tigers as she gets safe in the first and Smith moves over to second. After a strikeout for Baumgartner in the first at bat, 2 straight singles for the Tigers. 27, Kaylee Smith now comes up for ADM.
Looks like we got courtesy runner for the pitcher, Alexis Maxwell, number 23.
So here we go, Kaylee Smith up to bat. Ball called for the first pitch.
Ball inside. Brooklyn looking to find her spots.
Able to get a strikeout on that first at-bat. Like we mentioned, 2 straight singles since then as that one is hit over to the right field. Landy looking to make a play on it and is able to. Runners looking to advance to third. And not in time are the Bombers. So that will be Smith over to third. And Alexis Maxwell over to second. They'll bring up number 7, Maddie James, the junior, for the Tigers. Tigers have 2 in scoring position, but with 2 outs, Bombers are looking to get out of this inning.
First ball's outside.
Second one called a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Comes the pitch from Baumgartner and a swinging strike from James. Makes the count 1-2. And a strike 3 from Brooklyn Baumgartner. Bombers are able to squeak out of the first inning without giving up any runs. was a good half inning from the Bomber defense, especially from Baumgartner, able to adjust after getting that first strikeout, giving up 2 singles, and then able to get that third out right there.
With ADM stranding 2.
So Bombers now will come up to bat. Want to give a shout out to Flight Bar and Grill for being our presenting sponsor all year long for everything on the Ballard Network. Without them and their support, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of the cool things that we've been able to do this year, whether it's our flyby show that we've done a couple times, our extra events that we've hosted on live streams, as well as all of the Ballard events that we have streamed for you guys this year. Also want to give a shout out to the Ballard Athletic Booster Club for helping fund most of the technology that we use here for pretty much every game. We're able to stream all sporting events in the middle school gym, the high school gym, and at the football field. And recently as you see tonight, we are able to stream some of our softball and baseball games. We did baseball last night, softball tonight, and we want to just say thank you to the Ballard Athletic Booster Club. Up first for the Bombers is Maddie Schonhorst. She's hitting around 290 on the year with 3 RBIs. Of course, the pitcher, as there's a hit over the left side, and great fielding from Talari, able to get the out.
Well hit ball, good defense. I feel like that's going to be the story of the night.
Brings up Maggie Mortensen. Pitcher tonight for the Tigers. That one is way high and past the catcher, Lauren Hagedorn. She had a single early in the first inning. Now is dealing from the plate. Ball 2. Mortensen, a 200 hitter with 2 RBIs on the season for the Bombers. Looking to get on base here. Foul ball, and she will walk back. Two-one. 2-2 count now after that strike call. Foul ball there. Remains 2-2. Good eye from Mortensen right there. Makes it 3-2 after that ball. Fly out over to the left side. And caught right there from number 16, Ellis Smith. And that will bring up Avery Phillips for the Bombers. Strike call. Of course, we mentioned the Tigers are coming in ranked, so when you're a Bombers team, kind of going through ups and downs of the season, of course, but you're coming up against a ranked team at home. How big of a deal is it to get a win here as there's a swing over to the left side looking for the third out, and it is made by the Tigers. So the Bombers go 1-2-3, and the Tigers will come up to bat here in the second. But getting back to what I was saying, the Bombers, got a big opportunity against another ranked opponent. As you mentioned, it's a similar thing pretty much for all Raccoon River Conference games almost. If you're the Bombers, what do you just need to do, or what do you tell your players during a situation like this?
You just play it one game at a time. This is night in, night out for our conference and even the non-conference games. you just take it one game at a time. You can't, you can't think too big about it, because every team in this conference, in my opinion, has a chance to beat any other team on any given night. It's just a matter of if the plays go your way, the hits go your way. But yeah, it's a solid conference, fun to watch, and especially come postseason, then it gets really interesting, because you'll see a lot of representation at the state tournament.
And would you say it's a good thing that you're in a conference that's very competitive, because it has to help set you up for postseason play?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's a lot of the players and coaches, they believe you only get better by playing good competition. And they have played a lot of good competition thus far this year. Saturday, they beat a very good Ankeny team. They beat a very good I-35 team. They did lose to Van Meter. Van Meter was number 1 in 2A. So it's you have to just come prepared every single night. Have that mindset.
2 quick strikes right there for Baumgartner. 0-2 count in the top of the second, with score still at 0. Number 9 for the Tigers, Kennedy Stanford, the designated player. Up currently in 1-2-3. Another swinging strikeout for Baumgartner. Bring up Ellis Smith, number 16 for the Tigers. Nice start so far for Baumgartner. How important is it for a pitcher to get off to a good start for the success of the team, and especially on the defensive side?
It is important, yes, but you can't. In my opinion, you can't weigh everything on your pitcher. Your offense has to help carry the load too. But like I said earlier, if she's getting that corner, it's going to be a good night for her.
1-1 count. Just outside, we'll make it 2-1.
But with that said, ADM's also a very good hitting team, and they more than likely will make an adjustment.
Three one now the count. Smith, a 222 hitter on the season for the Tigers. Swing and foul as it goes behind and out. 3-2 now the count. There's a swing and a pop up, and Landy's there to make the catch to get out number 2. Brings up number 1, Olivia Wyatt for ADM. She's hitting around 200 on the year. Brooklyn looking to get out of another inning without giving up a run. And on the first pitch, there's a swing. Rigby struggles with the fielding and over the first and safe. Leah Johnson will come up now for the Tigers. Wyatt on first, 2 outs. Another first pitch swing for the Tigers. Over to left field and is caught by Zimmerman. And the Bombers are able to go another inning without giving up a run. Still 0-0 here, heading into the bottom of the second.
Good catch there by Zimmerman on the run. Those aren't easy to do.
Zimmerman, a freshman. A lot of underclassmen, freshmen, even got some 8th graders on the roster for the Ballard Bombers. How great of an opportunity is it for these freshmen, underclassmen, 8th graders that are getting able to get some varsity appearances early in their careers, as well as they're being able to learn from some great senior leadership in Baumgartner, Rigby, and others.
Oh, it's huge. Even if you're just being in the dugout as an underclassman and watching how they carry themselves throughout the game, how they cheer on their teammates, just the little things that they do that you might not pick up on or you might not have ever seen at such a young age. It is huge.
Starting the bottom of the second, Jada Landy up, 414 hitter. Has 7 RBIs.
Ball high there.
She has an opportunity to hopefully start a big second inning for the Bombers. Quick 2-0 count. Two-one now after Hagedorn was able to get that one inside. Swing from Landy. And almost was a collision right there from 2 Tigers. But it was caught by number 11, Cameron Smith. And they'll bring up Brooklyn Baumgartner for the first time tonight.
Brooklyn will be continuing her softball career next year at DMAC.
It's a great softball program to go play community college ball at.
Very good. And fun fact, Coach Bob Liguri is here from DMAC to watch.
Baumgartner looking to make an impression as she's able to get a single right there, able to get it just by Ellis Smith. And a 1-out single for the Bombers. Looks like we're going to have a designated runner. Number 20, Maddie Sievers, will be at first base in place of Brooklyn Baumgartner. Third, Casey Rigby up. Ball 1 on that one. Rigby hitting around 214. What's that?
Some good contact there by Rigby. Fouled it straight back.
She has an opportunity to move Sievers over into scoring position, which would be huge for the Bombers looking to get on the scoreboard. Looking to get the first score of the game for either team. As that third pitch is fouled tip. Makes it 1-2.
Rigby's right on it. She's fouling it straight back. Just a small adjustment, and that could be the difference.
And a strike call. She was looking on that one. Hagedorn able to strike her out. And Hallie Gardner, the shortstop, will be up. Now another freshman. She fouls the first one. The Bombers were able to get on first base with a hit from Brooklyn Baumgartner. But now facing 2 outs. That one is hit over to the second base side and was caught. And that'll do it for the second inning of play. We're still scoreless here in Huxley, Iowa, between the Bombers and Tigers. Want to give a shout out again to Flight Bar and Grill for all their support of the Ballard Network, as well as the Ballard Athletic Booster Club. I think the Ballard Athletic Booster Club is hosting a tournament in the near future, June 21st, according to executive producer Dan Ingsler. Wasn't here last night for the baseball stream, but I heard executive producer got a new nickname, Danny Sunsets. It's kind of cloudy tonight, so I don't know if we're going to be getting any sunset shots from executive producer Dan Ingsler, but either way, we know when football season comes around that Danny Sunset nickname is going to be used a couple more times. Shout out to Tim Davis for calling that game last night for the Bombers. So top of the third here, scoreless. And Aniston Talari is up with a ball on the first pitch. Second pitch is fouled over the left side. Bombers have given up a couple hits, but no runs so far tonight. Baumgartner looking to keep it that way as Talari bunts it over to first in time. As the Bomber defense, Landy able to get to first quickly to help get that out. I'll bring up Cameron Smith. First one is fouled. Baumgartner's had a good start so far tonight. As that one is over to the left side, diving attempt from Zimmerman. Gets past her over to second is Smith. She might go three. Nope, will go back to second base. And a one-out double for the Tigers. Might set up a big inning for ADM with number 8, Lauren Hagedorn, coming up to bat. She's got 3 RBIs on the year, looking to make it 4 with 1 out. First pitch swing, Baumgartner able to kind of hit it down, recover the ball, get it over to first base to Avery Phillips for the second out, while Cameron Smith moves over to third base.
A hard comebacker by the pitcher. Pitcher to pitcher.
It's got to be one of the more difficult fielding opportunities.
Absolutely, because you're still coming out of your pitch.
There's a strike call there. Kaylee Smith looking to bring Cameron Smith home with a hit. But Baumgartner looking again to get out of this inning as that swinging strike brings up an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Swing over to third base. Rigby throws it to first, and the Bombers will get out another inning without giving up a run.
Nice 5-3 play there. 1 runner stranded.
Kind of a bend don't break look from the Bombers so far on the defensive side. Have given up a couple hits, but so far have left a couple runners stranded in scoring position. as we go to the bottom of the third. 0-0 is the score. For those watching, many don't know, but our special guest, Dan Mortensen, he helps get the field ready before all the softball games. And how does one get involved with field prep for softball?
You get voluntold. No, actually, I don't mind doing it. I've always had that mindset of just helping out wherever I can. Run the scoreboard for the JV game.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just little things that nobody really wants credit for, but still all the things that need to get done.
It's those little things that help get these games rolling, really. Without the field being prepared and looking nice, we wouldn't be able to play a softball game here tonight. Here at Gary Telford Field, bottom of the third. First pitch is tipped. Afton Holmes, designated player for the Bombers, up to bat.
Shout out to the Ballard grounds crew for making everything look nice.
Oh, yes. Helping making this place look very, very nice for a softball game. I think we have one of the nicer facilities for sure in the state. Got a new press box. I think we get new dugouts as well, or new dugouts.
Dugouts, new crow's nest, concrete all around.
Oh, yeah, we used to have gravel everywhere. So we've gotten some upgrades. Place is looking really nice as a 1-2 count swing from Afton, and the first out for the Bombers. So Olivia Waka, the right fielder for the Bombers, up to with one out. She's looking bunt. The first pitch, ball called as she pulled back. Waka, a 227 average on the season. Ball two.
Waka is another one of those players that you spoke of earlier, the underclassman that stepped in to fill a role. She's done a very good job this year.
Yeah, and being an underclassman, I think she's one of those listed as an 8th grader going to be a freshman this fall at Ballard. It can't be easy for sure being known as kind of not really a high schooler yet, but getting the opportunity to play varsity softball games, but at the same time, like you mentioned earlier, it's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
2-2 swinging strike will bring up the second out of the bottom of the third. Sean Horse now.
Top of the lineup.
First pitch swing and a quick out there will end the third. We're still scoreless here. Both teams looking to get on the scoreboard here in the fourth. Tigers have been close to scoring a couple times, both in the first and the third, but Baumgartner and the Bomber defense have been able to get out of those. Bombers only have one hit so far tonight, and that was a single from Brooklyn. What have you seen so far from this Bomber team?
This is kind of how they've been playing. They, all season they've, they'll kind of give a little, we'll take a little, and it's really, in my opinion, it's kind of like last year's team. They kind of are feeling everything out, especially with a lot of new players coming in. You got your senior core that everybody kind of leans on, but it's I think it's just a learning process all the way around, older girls getting used to the younger girls, and younger girls getting used to the older girls, and just finding that cohesiveness. And once they do, then it really gets fun. But this is all, like I said before, this is a tough conference to to find that in. There's no off nights.
We'll start this top of the fourth now here in Huxley, Iowa. Maddie James up for her second appearance. And she'll look at the first one called strike. Second one kind of bounces in the ground. 1-1 now, 0 outs. James waits the pitch. Stanford up next. 2-1 now.
Just foul.
It's a nice swing right there. We'll make the count 2-2. Tigers have had some decent swings. I know there was one early in the first inning where if it was a few inches right, it would have been a home run. At the same time, Baumgartner's been able to get out of some at-bats as well, as that one's called a ball as well. 3-2 now. Full count. And a swinging strike 3.
Nope.
Or no.
Nope, foul tip.
Foul tip. So it remains a full count. Baumgartner gets the signal and deals. And a swinging strike 3.
Good pitch by Baumgartner there.
Gets the first out of the top of the fourth for the Bombers. Now we'll bring up Kennedy Stanford, designated player for ADM, for her second at bat.
Pitch was just a little high.
A strike call makes it 1-1. Baumgartner so far with a good start tonight for the Bombers. Looking to continue it here with this pitch. That one bounces in. We'll make it 2-1. Two now. So another full count opportunity and situation for the Bombers. Last one, Baumgartner was able to get out of it. See if Stanford has anything to say about that one, as that bounces right to Baumgartner over to first, and out number 2 is recorded.
Baumgartner and Phillips made a nice 1-3 put out there. Finally got the lights on here at Gary Telford Field. This beautiful night.
It's been great after almost a week and a half of just random storms popping up everywhere, as that swing over to the shortstop to first, and a quick inning for the Bombers, as Gardner was able to throw it over to Phillips for the 3rd out. Still scoreless here in Huxley, Iowa. I'm not sure if you guys heard that over the PA system, but the Bombers baseball team's playing over in Slater, and they lead 8-2 against the ADM. So a little more scoring going down in Slater, but hopefully the bottom of the 4th, the Bombers are able to change it here. Again, want to give a thanks to Flight Bar and Grill for being our presenting sponsor this entire year for athletics. As you can see in the bottom right, their logo. If you ever looking to get some good food while you're in Huxley, Iowa, go to Flight Bar and Grill. As well as thank you to the Ballard Athletic Booster Club for all their supports in Ballard Athletics. Help support and fund different things like uniforms, equipment, as well as a lot of the stuff that we're using for the Ballard Network. Without them, we wouldn't be able to stream half of these games that we've been streaming all year long for your guys. Middle school sports in the gym at the Ballard Middle School, everything at the Ballard High School, and now we're able to do some softball and baseball games, which we should have a updated schedule for future baseball and softball games that we'll be doing for you guys. Maggie Mortensen up to bat for her 2nd appearance here in the bottom of the 4th. Quick 0-2 count. And a quick at-bat as Mortensen swings on that 3rd pitch for the 1st out. So Avery Phillips is up now. She watches the first pitch go ball. Bomber defense has played very well so far tonight. Hasn't given up any runs. A couple situations where they left some runners stranded. So the 2nd pitch is tipped and fouled. But the offense, only a single so far from Baumgartner. What do you think the Bombers need to do to get some runners on base?
I think they just need to make some slight adjustments. Hagedorn's a good pitcher, but I think if they can just, once they see her a couple times, make some adjustments, I think they should be fine.
So out number 2 is recorded there, as Phillips was able to kind of hit it straight back to Hagedorn and over the first for the out. So Jada Landy up with a 2-out situation. She does have a home run on her stat sheet for the season, as she hits it over to center right, and that was caught by Tulare. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers. After 4 innings, we're still scoreless here. Oh. getting ready here for the top of the 5th. Still scoreless here. Some great pitching so far tonight from both Baumgartner and Hagedorn. They've also had both of them have had some good fielding opportunities, as well as there's been a couple of at-bats that have went straight back at them after a couple pitches. As the top of the 5th will start with Olivia White, third baseman for ADM. First pitch called a strike. Oh, 2 now.
ADM with a team 230 batting average as a team. 388 slugging.
Have a couple hits tonight. But credit to the Bomber defense, able to get out of some tough situations. 1-2.
Ball high.
And on a 2-2 count, there's a swing over to left field and down for a single from Wyatt. And that will bring up number 13, Aaliyah Johnson, for the Tigers. And with 0 outs, this is a dangerous situation if you're the Bombers.
Another fun fact for you, the Aaliyah Johnson is committed to Simpson for wrestling.
The sport of wrestling has grown greatly in the state of Iowa, already a popular sport in the state of Iowa, and then, you know, the addition of girls wrestling in high school level and now women's college wrestling. So great opportunity for these girls to get even more opportunities to play different sports. She looked for a bunt. It was tipped, called for a strike. So 0-2 now, 0 outs. Runner on first. Top of the 5th. Scoreless. As there's a potential double play opportunity. Fielder's choice instead. As they're able to get the out at second. So 1 out now. Top of the order for the Tigers now. Instant Tulare. Had a couple nice catches in the outfield so far tonight. Looking to add a hit to her stat line. Ball just inside.
That last play, it was a good grab by Landy. Knock down a well-hit ball, keep it in the infield, and Gardner coming over.
Strike call on that one.
Looked like it hit her bat. She checked her swing and it hit her bat.
So it makes it 1-1 now. Baumgartner looking to deal. Sends it. A ball called. Baumgartner's had a handful of strikeouts tonight. Walked into this game with 35 on the season. I think she's added 4 or 5 more. A swing on that one over the left field. Zimmerman gets the catch for the second out.
And that keeps Johnson at first.
Cameron Smith, number 11, up for her 3rd appearance. Baumgartner looking to get out of this inning again as well. Still scoreless here in this Raccoon River matchup. And a little pop tip foul caught by Avery Phillips in a inning that looked like it may have been it was looking like it was going to be set up for a great inning for the Tigers. Ends up being pretty much nothing as we go to the bottom of the 5th, still scoreless here. It was a good adjustment for the Bomber defense after giving up that first single with 0 outs in the top of the inning.
Yeah, Brooklyn's really pitching a good game. Her defense is backing her up, making some great catches, great throws.
Landy had that nice play by second. We'll see if the Bombers can get some players on base, maybe drive in a couple runs, as the inning will start with Baumgartner up to bat. She had that single in the second inning. The only hit tonight for the Bombers. First pitch for Hagedorn called strike.
Ball high, 1-1 count.
See if Baumgartner can get on base here, as that one is also called ball, 2-1. If she's able to get on base, it'd be great, as we got Rigby on the on-deck circle. 214 hitter heading into this one. Strike called on that one. 2-2, pitcher versus pitcher. Hagedorn deals, and just outside, 3-2. Every hit crucial in this one, as we're still scoreless, as that one's tipped and fouled. And a swinging strike 3 called. Baumgartner is down, and Rigby will come up now with 1 out.
Looked like a change up there from Hagedorn.
She's had a good night from the pitching position. On the first pitch of this at bat, a foul ball for Rigby.
All right, my third fun fact for the night. Rigby is a Loyola commit, so she'll be continuing her softball career next year.
Play for the Ramblers. Former members of the Missouri Valley Conference. I think now they're a part of the American, or no, Big East, one of the basketball conferences. Big East. And pop up over to short. And that was caught for the second out by Cameron Smith. I know as Rigby heads back to the dugout. Her sister, Skylar Rigby, just wrapped up her career at Drake. As number 12 for the Bombers, Haley Gardner is up. Had an opportunity as there's actually a swing over to the right side. Diving catch, but it drops.
No, she drops it.
Aaliyah Johnson was looking to get that diving catch, but it falls just out of her glove. And Gardner will make it to first.
Good effort there by Johnson. Let's see if the Bombers can capitalize on it. Got the DP, Afton Holmes, up.
She watches the first pitch go strike. But as I was saying, had the opportunity to watch Skylar a couple times working for Iowa State. Drake came and played a couple games at Cyclone Sport Complex. Definitely wasn't cheering for the Bulldogs at that point because, got to stay loyal to the Bombers. But, yeah, congrats on a good career. Being able to play at a high level of softball is always exciting. There's a strike 3 is called right there, and that will do it for the 5th inning. Heading into the 6th, still scoreless. It might be a situation that whoever scores first might win this one.
Bombers coming off a extra inning game Tuesday night against Indianola. Went 9 innings. So hoping we can get something on the board here without having to go to 9 innings. Because speaking for myself, that does make for a long day the next day.
Yeah, I agree. I get the pleasure of traveling down to Drake Stadium tomorrow to watch some state soccer, working for the Boys Association. The semifinals tomorrow, both at Drake Stadium and MediaCom Field. Yesterday, got to see some great games. Kind of headlined by Perry getting the win in the penalty shootout after a double overtime situation. Also almost saw number 1 Johnston lose the 8 seed Iowa City West, or Iowa City High, correction. As that first pitch is high and called for a ball. Yeah, so if any of you are down at Drake Stadium or MediaCom Field the next 2 days, see a big guy in a big white bucket hat, that's probably me. And I'm not wearing the bucket hat by choice. As there's a hard hit over to center field, and that is out of here. And like I mentioned, heading into this inning, 1 run might be all you need to win this one, as Hagedorn, the pitcher, able to hit a home run off of Brooklyn Baumgartner. Not an ideal situation to start the top of the 6th. So a leadoff homer for the Tigers. Brings up Kaylee Smith.
Good pitch by Baumgartner there. Catch that outside corner. It's really important for a pitcher to just kind of shake off the last play.
Especially in a game like this where it's only 1 run. So far over to left field on that hit from Smith, and is caught by Zimmerman. Brings up the first out. Maddie James now up.
Nice play there by Rigby. Shoot it over to Phillips.
Brings up out number 2. Foul on the first pitch. Up currently is Kennedy Stanford. Bombers down on the scoreboard as Baumgartner deals in the dirt for another ball. Started this inning scoreless, but Hagedorn, the pitcher for the Tigers, had a nice hit over to center field for the home run. One, two count now. A swinging strike 3 for the third out. So the Tigers do get a run off of the home run from Hagedorn, but the Bombers are able to only give up that single run. 1-0 heading into the bottom of the 6th. So after a kind of disappointing half inning for the Bombers, they're getting ready to hit here. If you were the coach, what would you tell your players after kind of giving up? It's been a close game all the game, and then no runs until that last half inning. What do you tell them heading into this bottom of the half?
Keep making adjustments. Obviously, Hagedorn's spinning it really well, and if our girls can adjust to that, get some solid contact, and just drive it, cut it in half, I think we'll be fine. Easier said than done, standing where I'm at.
Yeah.
But regardless, these are the type of games and type of pitchers that make you better.
Olivia Waka up. Start the bottom of the 6th. Looking to bunt as it hits off her bat and goes foul. Could be an important inning here as there's only one run. It happened at the top from the pitcher, Hagedorn. So that ball goes outside. 1-1 now. Waka swings on that one, makes it 1-2. Ended up being a beautiful night here at Gary Telford Field here in Huxley, Iowa. Again, we mentioned earlier that we would have loved to have been able to show a sunset shot from executive producer as a strike 3 called from Hagedorn. Gets the first out. Sunset shot from Danny Sunsets, as we call him now. But hopefully we will have a couple more of those before the end of the season. After the first pitch, quick time, Maddie Schonhorst up for the Bombers. I'm going to have to give you some Danny Sunset merch before football season. After a little pause, Schonhorst back in the box. Ball called. 1-1, 1 out. Bombers down. The bottom of the 6th. Foul tip makes it 1-2. Mentioned earlier, Sean Horse entered this game as a 290 hitter as she's able to get that one down on the left side for a single. A 1-out single for Maddie Schonhorst. And that will bring up Maggie Mortensen. Huge opportunity for the Bombers with only 1 out. Mortensen was looking to bunt the first pitch. Called a ball. Two-0 now. Sean Norris on first. 1 out. With Mortensen in the box. Looking to bunt again. Pulls back for a 3-0 count. And on the 3-0 count, a strike is called, makes it 3-1. Avery Phillips in the on-deck circle. And a ball called, so Mortensen will head to first. Got runners on first and second now as Sean Horst moves to second. And Avery Phillips now up for the Bombers. She has 6 RBIs on the year, looking to add more with this at-bat as a strike is called on the first pitch. She also has a homer in her stat sheet. Swings at the second one as well, 0-2 now. And a quick 1-2-3 at bat for Phillips as she swings at all 3 of them. Hegedorm able to get another strikeout to her name. Jada Landy now up. Another great hitter for the Bombers as she swings at the first one and misses. She also has a handful of RBIs on her stat sheet, 7 heading into this one. Bombers just looking for 1 right now. That one's high, and the runners will advance to second and third. So Sean Horst on third, Mortensen on second. 1-1's the count. Landy at bat with 2 outs here. As that ball drops.
We got her.
And she will be safe at first. And that will tie the game up at 1-1. Almost a
big play there. Well struck ball. Not much time to react.
Great effort from Olivia Wyatt, though. Was almost able to get the out there for the Tigers, but the Bombers able to get a score there. As Baumgartner now up to hit.
Like we said before, it's all those little things, getting those runners moved up 60 feet on that pass ball. That helped out tremendously. Now we got runners on the corners. See if we can capitalize.
Mortensen on third. Landy on first. Baumgartner up. As she fouls that one. 1-2 the count. 2 outs, tied up here at 1. Rigby on the on-deck circle. The bottom of the 6th. Hagedorn deals, and the ball is called foul. Baumgartner wanted 2 tonight, had a single in the second. There's another foul called. Has an opportunity to make a huge play here if she's able to get the ball past the infield. But she swings on that one, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning. A little more of an exciting inning compared to the first 5. Both runs scored in this inning. One from the Tigers from Hagedorn in the leadoff position, and then in the bottom of the first, able to get a run for the Bombers. So we're tied up at 1 heading into the 7th. Want to give a shout out again to Flight Bar and Grill for being our presenting sponsor all season long, all year long for Ballard Athletics and the Ballard Network, as well as the Ballard Athletic Booster Club for their support as well. Just a heads up for those interested in the Ballard Network schedule, we will be streaming a couple more games for both softball and baseball. The home game, next game will be in June for baseball when Ballard plays North Polk. And then we'll be back here in Gary Telford Field for senior night for softball versus Boone.
Leading off for ADM, top of the 7th, 16, Ellis Smith, the shortstop.
So Ellis Smith, the shortstop for the Tigers, is up to start the top of the 7th. Last time we were in this situation, the top of the inning, the Bombers on defense, it led to a leadoff home run. But Baumgartner's been able to fight that adversity, only give up that 1 run. There's a strike called on that first pitch.
She did offer on that.
Second one's high, 1-1 count. And a swing on the 3rd pitch, and Avery Phillips is able to grab that one for the out. So it was popped up in the infield. Now we'll bring up Olivia Wyatt.
Good play by Phillips there. Those are the ones you got to get. Those are might look simple, but it's never easy, especially with the spin on the ball.
She had a runner coming at her as well.
Yeah.
That one is called a strike as it was tipped. Wyatt was the 3rd base player that almost had that nice out the end the last half inning, but it went right outside of her glove, which resulted in the Bombers tying it up. Another strike call, 0-2 now with 1 out. Baumgartner gets called a ball. You can feel the intensity kind of pick up from the crowd on that pitch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just missed that corner. Nice changeup, though.
Looking to get the 2nd out here in the top of the 7th. That one is out. Foul. I know we talked a bunch about how great it is for these young players to get opportunities in some big games, but it's great to have some senior leadership at the, the pitching position in a big game like this where we're tied up in the 7th.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've mentioned Brooklyn a lot tonight. She's pitching great, but the other part of the battery, Schonhorst, this is her first year behind the dish at this level, because we had Sam Vetter there last year. She did a good job.
And a called third strike brings up out number 2. Leah Johnson will be up. And she was the player that almost had a great diving catch in the outfield last inning as well. That could have been another out for ADM. Swings on the first pitch. It will be foul on the left side for strike 1. Strike 2, 0-2 now with 2 outs. Baumgartner looking to have a bounce back inning here. She's had a really good night, only giving up 1 run so far. And a third strike right there, 3rd out for the Bombers. Another great inning for Brooklyn Baumgartner in the pitching position. And look at that. Even when we don't have necessarily a actual sunset, Danny Sunsets is able to put in a little screenshot of one from last night's baseball game versus Knoxville. Maybe we can call that the rally sunset. If we're able to walk it off in the bottom of the 7th here, we might have to use that for every game now.
No pressure.
No pressure. I do want to give a shout out to Dan Ingsler for all the help that he does with our games. He's never on the mic. We've tried to get him on the mic a couple times, but he refuses. He likes being the executive producer. I know there's been a couple times where he loses the executive position, just becomes producer, but we wouldn't be able to provide these quality of streams without his help. I mean, he's the one that set up everything last night and tonight for our stream, so thank you, Dan, for helping out, and thank you, Dan Mortensen, for helping out as well, for being our broadcast colleague for the night. So bottom of the 7th here. Rigby up to bat. Tied up here at 1. Number 10 ranked ADM Tigers looking to at least push it to the top of the 8th. Bombers looking to take the lead.
Ball just high there.
And I know we've mentioned them a bunch, but credit to Baumgartner and Hagedorn for having 2 great games for the pitchers. As Rigby swings over to the short, back to first for the out. And that will bring up Haley Gardner. Or Hallie Gardner. Apologies. Gardner swings at the first pitch. Called strike. She misses. Could be a huge, huge opportunity for the Bombers if they're able to get a run here as Gardner finds that
Finds a gap.
empty gap on the left side. Trying to get into second.
Safe.
The ball's loose and called safe. And with 1 out, that's a great situation for the Bombers. So Zoe Wilson, or at least it looked like Zoe Wilson was going to pinch hit. Instead, it will be Afton Holmes. designated player. You bunt in this situation, or as the first one's called strike? Only one out. She does bunt. Runner advances to third. Second out called. Great bunt right there from Holmes. So Olivia Waka has the opportunity to bring the winning run home.
2 outs, runner, winning run 60 feet away.
And that would be a huge statement from the 8th grader heading into freshman year this fall for the Bombers if she's able to get that runner home. Look in the bunt there, called strike. So Waka walks back into the box. Hagedorn looking to send the pitch in. Another look for a bunt. This one called a ball. 1-1 the count.
Corners are crashing hard for ADM. And to take away that suicide squeeze.
Gardner, the winning run at third for the Bombers would be a huge win over the number 10 ranked ADM Tigers. She swings on that one, and it will be called a foul. Or, yep, it will be called a foul. Bombers get a little lucky there with that call. Foul called. So 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Runner, winning run on third. And a swinging strike 3. And we will head to the top of the 8th. You mentioned that sometimes going extras will make it the next day a little longer. But here we are heading into the top of the 8th.
Yes, it does.
And it has been low scoring, but honestly, there's been some good softball played tonight from both sides, especially on the defensive side of the ball. For both teams, some great plays.
Great pitching, great fielding. Yeah, it's definitely been a defensive battle.
So we'll get extra innings here started. As Tulare, correction, will be up first. Let's get extra started here. 1-1 is the score. First pitch swing over to Rigby. To Phillips for the first out. Good start for the Bombers.
Right on cue, defense.
Bombers hoping this defense can put together another good half inning. First pitch from Baumgartner called a strike with Cameron Smith up.
This kind of has the feel of a boxing match.
I mean, the Tigers have had some players stranded on base. Bombers have tried to get some players on. Last inning for sure. 2 innings ago they were able to, as well as last inning, as it goes 1-1 with the ball called. A lot of the punches, though, tonight, if we're keeping that boxing reference, has been from the pitching crew for both sides. Good pitch there from Baumgartner.
Low and inside, keeping them off balance.
1-2. The count. Smith awaiting the pitch. The outside, 2-2.
You ever break out your Bob Uecker on those? Just a bit outside.
I might have to. That's definitely, as there's a swing foul called there. Yeah, that's definitely a more Tim Davis kind of thing. He's someone that always breaks those things out easier. Two. Nice swing and a great opportunity from Gardner, able to get the out. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but Tim Davis was able to drop the Ballard Network on the Dan Patrick show yesterday. He called in, mentioned a little bit about his auctioneering career, as they will walk they'll actually walk the pitcher, Hagedorn, who had the home run in the 6th, so maybe a good decision there from the Bombers. But, yeah, he mentioned how the Ballard Network is streaming a baseball game on national radio broadcast. So shout out Tim Davis for the free publicity right there. I think we might need to just have him call in every Friday night and see if we can become a national broadcast for high school football or something.
Nice pitch there by Baumgartner.
So it looks like they do have a courtesy runner for the Tigers. It might be 23, Alexis Maxwell. And up currently is Kaylee Smith. And a swing able to get it through Gardner. And that will be a 2-out single. Runner advances to second for the Tigers, which brings up Maddie James. She has an opportunity to maybe bring that runner home from second with 2 outs. Great effort there from Gardner, though. She's trying to dive, get that ball. Just got past her. And she makes up for it with a great catch. Great effort there from Gardner.
Showing off her rebounding skills there. Good snag.
So we will go to the bottom of the 8th. Still tied at 1. Great effort on defense. It's been kind of the story tonight for both sides. Obviously, the Bombers hope that the offense is going to be the reason that they walk out with a W here, as all they need is 1 run for the win. Tigers, though, looking to continue their great defensive effort tonight, led by pitcher Hagedorn, sorry. So Maddie Schonhorst will start off the bottom of the 8th. The first pitch is called a ball. So 2 extra inning games for the Bombers this week as that pitch is a strike call. How big of a win would this be for the Bombers if they're able to knock off number 10 ADM?
I think it would be huge. Just coming off of the loss Tuesday night against Indianola in extras. But you, like I said, you got to make the best of it and just learn from it. That's all you can do.
2-1 the count. Now 3-1 for that ball thrown by Hagedorn.
Hitters count here.
Great opportunity here for Maddie Schonhorst. A strike call makes it a full count.
Oh.
Swing and a great catch as it goes right back to Hagedorn. Couple great catches here in extra innings from both sides. Mortensen up. Ball 1 on the first pitch. Foul ball, so that one goes out. Tied up here, 1-1. Top of the 8th, bottom of the 8th. We're here in extra innings. Huxley, Iowa. Hagedorn deals and able to get a strike call, makes it 1-2. Mortensen swings over to the left field and is caught for the second out by Maddie James. Avery Phillips now up for the Bombers. Strike call on the first pitch from Hagedorn. One now. Phillips with a home run would walk it off for the Bombers. Has one on the season. That one's called ball. Jada Landy in the on-deck circle. Swinging strike. She wanted all of that one. So with 2 outs, 2 strikes, Hagedorn deals. That'll be called a foul. That one is knocked over to the left side. Ball looks to be foul on the right as it hits the top of the ADM dugout. Remains 2-2 with 2 outs. Tied up here at 1 in extra innings. Ballard looking to get a huge win against number 10 ADM. And a strike 3 called for the Tigers. Hagedorn able to get out of that one. We will go to the 9th. Tied up here at 1. We'll head into another inning of softball here. Defensive battle. 2 runs total, tied up here at 1. Starting or leading off for the Tigers is Kennedy Stanford, the designated player. Looking to get on base or potentially add a run for the Tigers. Was scoreless all until the 6th, where Hagedorn was able to break the scoreless streak by hitting a center field home run as the leadoff hitter in the 6th inning. Bombers were able to rally and get a run as well across home plate in the bottom of the 6th, and that's how we are currently here in the top of the 9th, scored tied at 1. Baumgartner will send in the first pitch and a swing over to the left side. Left field foul. Almost caught. Oh, they will say this is fair. Ruling is fair. So that will be a leadoff.
Looked like she was trailing towards the line and then touched the ball in fair territory.
So an error for the Bombers leads to Stanford getting the second. We'll get a courtesy runner for Stanford as number 4, Lauren Troster, will come in for Stanford. It will bring up Ellis Smith.
I had a guess I'd be looking for bunt here.
Tigers might be looking to advance that runner from second to third. Yeah, it looks like she's going bunt. That one will be a foul. Yeah, with 0 outs. No shocker that the Tigers are looking to advance that runner to third. Potentially set up that sac fly. Another bunt attempt also goes foul. 0-2. A swing on that one as Landy's able to catch it. Gets the first out of the top of the 9th.
The runner does not advance.
And it'll bring up Olivia White, senior for the Tigers. Looking to bring home that runner from second. So we're still tied up here at 1 on the top of the 9th. First pitch gets called a ball.
Big lead. Big lead by the ADM player.
Two straight ball calls for Baumgartner. She's had a good night so far. But in a situation where the Tigers may be able to get some runs, as that ball goes through the glove of Zimmerman runner for the Tigers goes home. She is safe. Another error for the Bombers leads to a run for ADM. Makes it a 2-1 score. It's a tough situation right there if you're the Bombers. So with one out, the score is now 2-1 in favor of ADM. Still have a runner on second. It's the first pitch goes foul. Leah Johnson up. Count even up at 1-1. That swing from Johnson. Gardner tried to get the catch, but a little too high, and the runner will advance to third as Johnson will easily move over to second. So with one out, the Tigers now have runners on second and third. And here comes the coach for the Bombers. So we're here at the top of the ninth. 2-1 is the score. After a couple errors for the Bombers leads to a run from the Tigers. Baumgartner will remain as the pitcher. Runners on second and third for ADM. And Tulare up to bat. Looking the bunt, and she does, and it works out for the Tigers as the run comes in from third. Wyatt able to cross home plate, makes it a 3-1 lead for ADM. Unfortunate for the Bombers, but a well-executed bunt from Tulare. Still only one out. 2 runs given up in the top of the ninth. Baumgartner looking the pitch here. Another bunt attempt from this time Cameron Smith, but it fouls off her bat.
Back to the talk about the conference. This is kind of what you would find on any given night.
There's another blooper. Will lead to another run for ADM. 4-1 now the score.
Timely bunting. The ball sometimes just outstretched. You know, nothing you can do about it.
Starting to be a big inning for the Tigers. They got 3 on the board for the top of the ninth. Able to help their 1 run that they got in the top of the sixth. 4-1 the score. Strike called on the first pitch from Baumgartner. Hagedorn at bat was the one credited with that home run in the top of the sixth. That was the first score in the entire game for both sides. Hits it back to Brooklyn and over to Phillips for the second out.
Hagedorn does advance both runners up 60 feet.
So runners now at second and third. Rough couple plays for the Bombers. Helps ADM get a couple runs across home plate. But Brooklyn's looking to get out of here without giving up any more. Is that swing able to get to left field? Looks like 2 runs are going to actually get home. And a 2-out, 2 RBI double for the ADM Tigers has broken open this game. 6-1 now. That was Kaylee Smith, the senior for ADM, credited with that 2 RBI double. And a courtesy runner in for Smith, the Macy Person. So a rough situation for the Bombers now. Down 5. Still needing to get an out here. Maddie James up for ADM. Strike called on the first pitch. Now 1-1 call.
Just missed.
And up until this inning, Baumgartner's had a good game. And can't really just point out that this inning was rough. She's had a really good game, really, honestly. And as she actually throws it and gets hits a batter, so runner will advance to first. But you can't let this inning specifically, kind of highlight the overall performance from Baumgartner in this Bomber defense. They've had a good night. It's just top of the ninth hasn't been their best. So runners on first and second, 2 outs, with Stanford up for ADM. And the first pitch swing from Stanford goes right to Phillips for the third out. We will head to the bottom of the ninth. Bombers have a lot of work to do here. They're down on the scoreboard. ADM leads at 6-1. When you're in this situation, close game pretty much the entire time, go to extra innings, top of the ninth, give up 5 runs. What do you tell your players heading into this one? Heading into the bottom of the ninth, knowing that you need to get a couple runs.
Just take it pitch by pitch. You're gonna see a good pitch. I don't believe there's been one walk, 2 walks on the night. So you're gonna see pitches within the zone. You just pick the best one that you feel like, and just try and drive it. That's all you can do.
And we'll say that it is a tough situation for the Bombers, but it's great to have Jada Landy leading off for the top of the ninth. Who leads the team in batting average heading into this game, 414. 7 RBIs, 1 homer on the year for the sophomore. Swings at the first pitch. It will go foul. So we got Landy up now. Baumgartner on the on-deck circle. Baumgartner has a single on her stat sheet for tonight. Landy looking to get a hit. She swings at that one for strike 2. Hagedorn's had a great night at the mound as that one goes over to third, and a quick routine play for the Tiger defense brings up the first out. So Baumgartner now up to hit for the Bombers. Swings at the first one for foul. Reminder, we will have more information about our upcoming broadcasts for both softball and baseball. It looks like we had pretty successful first run of this with streaming baseball and softball games. I think the next couple of games, both Tim and I will be back on the call for baseball and a couple softball games. Again, I want to thank, as Baumgartner strikes out looking on that one, brings up out number 2. I want to thank Dan Mortensen for coming in, filling in for Tim Davis. Appreciate all the help.
You bet. No problem.
It's been a blast.
Always willing to step up and step out of my comfort zone, I guess you might say.
You've done great. Rigby up now with 2 outs. Bombers need 5 runs to even extend this game, 6 runs to win it. But right now, let's say Bombers are looking to just get on base. One count now after that ball call. Rigby takes a swipe at one, goes foul on the right side, evens the count up at 2-2.
That one gets through.
Rigby able to get a single there, 2-out single for the Bombers. Great hit from Casey Rigby. Brings up Gardner with 2 outs. Bomber faithful hoping that Rigby's hit. It's just the start of a big bottom of the 9th as that first pitch gets called for a ball. Gardner out to center field, and that will do it as Tulare able to catch that one. And the ADM Tigers will win this one 6-1 in extra innings. Defensive heavy game from the first inning to the 8th, and then the Tigers were able to break it open with 5 runs at the top of the 9th and able to pull out the win. Final thoughts after this one. Again, it was a good defensive battle for the first 8 innings. But what did you see from the Bombers overall?
Overall, Brooklyn pitched great, in my opinion. She found she was hitting her corners, hitting her spots, and it had the Tigers looking quite a bit. And in some of our contact we made, we just hit the ball right at them, But that's the game, whether it's baseball or softball. Sometimes the ball's going to fall in the gap. Sometimes it's just going to go right to the defense. So, like I say, you try and make it into a learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
All it does is just make you better.
For sure. The Bombers do drop this one. ADM wins it 6-1 here in Huxley, Iowa. For Dan Ingsler and Dan Mortensen, I'm Brock Bierman. We will sign off here. Thank you to Flight Bar and Grill for all their support and being our presenting sponsor throughout this entire year. of the Ballard Network, as well as the Ballard Athletic Booster Club for their support of the Ballard Network as well. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's softball game. We will be back, and more information about future softball and baseball games will be posted on our Facebook and Instagram pages here before the end of the week. For everybody at the Ballard Network, I'm Brock Bierman saying thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.